Good morning, one. Good morning, all. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, coming at you from Yap Field over here in Silliman University, Dumaguete City. And once again, we're dealing with medical stuff. We're down at Silliman University Medical Center today to get some blood work done. And as you might have seen in the last video I did, and I've been remiss in doing videos, but I haven't been feeling well because of this infection that's going on. But we had some problems here at Silliman University the last time I was here, and the problems continue. This past Monday, yesterday, I came down at 7 o'clock to get a priority number to see a endocrinologist to try to figure out what's going on with this lymph node, because I've been feeling really feverish, really weak, no appetite. It hasn't been much fun. So I went down there at 7 o'clock in the morning because you got to get your priority number, and she said the clinic was at 10 o'clock. So I came back at 10 o'clock. Now I sat there. When you go in, it was on the second floor. It was office 217 or something. And when you go in there, you got to sit in this waiting room. It was Monday morning. Everybody and their brother was there. So the waiting room was full. The air conditioning had just been turned on. And for some reason, they like to keep the air conditioning and the windows open at the same time. So it was brutally hot and brutally humid. Everybody was sweating to death. They put all the old people in front of the air conditioners so it could blow right on them because they were having a rough time. So 10 minutes goes by. I see that the office, they got these numbers, say 217 and then number 2. So they were on patient number 2. 10 minutes goes by, 20 minutes goes by, 30 minutes goes by, 40 minutes goes by, 50 minutes goes by, they're still on patient 2. So finally, being the slow, dumb foreigner that I am, I go down and investigate. So I get down to the office is open, I go inside, the secretary, and she says that, oh, I'm sorry, the doctor's not coming in today. So I was like, okay, that's great. So I just basically wasted an hour. So I didn't get douchey. I just stated matter-of-factly, well, if the doctor's not coming in today, why don't you deactivate the lights, the signs saying that you're on number 2 to let people know that the doctor's not going to be in? And she responded to that by saying, well, the doctor's not going to be in. He was supposed to come in. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but why don't you turn off the sign outside saying the priority numbers that you're going through, because it gives people the impression that the doctor's in and he's seeing people. And she said, well, I don't know when he's going to actually be in, but he was supposed to be in today and he's not coming in. So at this point, again, it's a taking responsibility thing. I just said, okay, thank you for your time, I appreciate it. And I went down to the desk at the end of the floor, and I said, is there any way to turn off the light to let people know that the doctor's not going to be in? And this person there said, well, the secretary has to do that. So I was like, okay, I'll just leave this to you guys then. I went downstairs to the first floor where you get your priority numbers, and I was feeling really weak. I was feeling really sluggish. I was not feeling good. So I talked to the lady there at the desk. She was very nice, and she actually got me in to see another doctor about an hour later. And what she said, when I told her the situation, she says, oh, that secretary's going to be in trouble because they booked like 27 appointments that day, and they haven't notified the front desk. So that's life in the Philippines, and Silliman University is like the premier medical center here in Dumaguete, Negros Oriental. And I'm just continuing to have problems with them, you know. It's stuff it's preventable. You know, it's not difficult. It's about competency. It's about efficiency. It's really frustrating, especially when you're sick and you're having to deal with this. But I was feeling bad for myself last night, and then I realized this is once again a case of first world problems. You know, a lot of people around here can't afford Silliman University Medical Center. They have to go to provincial hospital. So that's my medical update. I'm here to get blood work done. They're going to suck me dry like vampires. And hopefully we can find out what's going on with the systemic infection that I have. In the meantime, I'll show you a little bit around Yap Field here in front of Silliman University. Sorry about my hand shaking, I'm sick. Alright, over there in the distance is the Colonel Roman T. Yap Hall. This is Silliman University's ROTC Center. And it's just a big field right in front of Silliman Hospital. Nice green space. And there's the bleachers up there for when they have events. On the weekend, now there's a lot of Filipino kids that are in ROTC. And they have Army ROTC, they got Navy ROTC, all that stuff. And these poor kids, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, are all out here in their full uniforms in the blazing sun. And they're out here doing their little maneuvers and marching drills and all that. And every time I drive by, that's all I can think about is how hot it must be out here. And this right here is one of those little carts for the horses. And you can see they got the traces up there for the little horses, little Filipino horses, Filipino horses. And this was designed by Anna Lacson, Fine Arts Department, College of Performing and Visual Arts, Silliman University, in loving memory of Dennis John Nybard, 1944-2002, from his wife Elsie, who's in Chicago. This is pretty nice. Cool little cart, cruising around the park on your horse cart. And they got the guys, I think that's Dumaguete High School, practicing. Here's one of the little horsies. And these are small horses. These are like horselings. He's keeping an eye on me. He's like, what are you doing back there? How you doing, buddy? You're a star. How often do you actually have to pull? He looks really healthy. He's got a little gut on him. He's kind of like a horse version of Angel. I hear you. We're off. And there's Colonel Roman T. Yap Hall. It's the ROT Center. And Silliman University School of Engineering is out here having practice because it's the intramural playoffs, double elimination. They're engineers, so they should win because engineers are smart. Although they're going up against those medical guys over there. So I don't know. Good luck to one, good luck to all. Everybody's a winner in my book. Here in the Philippines. Let's get this blood work done. Ugh. Congratulations, Silliman University Institute of Clinical Laboratory Sciences, top 9 performing school in the country. Silliman University passing rate 96.15, national passing rate 80.84. August 27, 28, 2016, Medical Technology Board exam. To God be the glory. And a lot of studying and hard work. And it's time to get some blood taken.